And here we are once again live at my sewing room. So exciting to welcome everyone back to Wacky Wednesdays. And today we have a special performance, which we will get to in just a few minutes. But hope everybody is doing well. It's been a very nice weather-wise week, so I can't complain too much, and we're doing just fine at the store, and I hope everybody is too out there. So today I'd like to say thank you to all of those people who watch Wacky Wednesday, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or whenever you get a chance to watch it. It's wonderful. So I'd like to thank all of you for doing that, and greetings to all those wacky watchers and the YouTube viewers and all of my sewing room friends. So those are all those people that don't sign in and don't leave a comment but do stop by and let us know, or phone and let us know that they're listening as well, and that is awesome. And I see some of our familiars are signing in. So hi Billy, hi Carol, good of you to drop by today for Wacky Wednesday. So as we go, I will say our special hellos to those who commented last week and added some interesting thoughts. Hi to, of course, Carol G, Audrey H, Billy P, Teresa S. And I have to tell you, Teresa, that you were talking about the twister gnome pattern, and so was I. Unfortunately, the twister gnome pattern has been discontinued. So I am very sorry I mentioned that one, because we don't have it and we aren't able to get it. Hi Anne, I see you signed in, and hi too for signing in and leaving messages last week. So hi to Anne S, Linda N, Tina B, Rose L, Lori CL, who last week signed in and then let me know that for the next 5 weeks she's in Mexico, along with our lovely Nancy. So I hope those two are enjoying the wonderful warm weather in Mexico. Hi, send out to Lana T, Denise B, already did Audrey, Sandy A, Teresa W, Loanne F, Neil B, and Nicola P. Also would like to say hi to Donna H. When she phoned in to make an order from Lethbridge, she mentioned that she really enjoyed watching us. So hi to Donna. Also want to say a big hello to Jean and Maui Jim. As it turns out, he's a really big beach person. Isn't that sweet? Hi to Betty L, Devin Glenn, Fern P, Gwen MCN. Hi Nancy, she's signed in, and there's somebody freezing in Ontario. I missed the first part of that, but hello, and hello Nancy. I can't believe it, she's signed in. That's awesome. All right, so those are all my greetings from last week, and thank you so much for tuning in today. So we are going to get started with another exciting, thrilling mystery with our two wonderful sleuths. It's Shirley and Sandy Lock Holmes back to thrill you with another one of their mysteries from the casebook of Sandy Lock Holmes. And this week our intrepid duo is going to be solving the mystery of Cotton Yard. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, we're doing our costume change. It's hard to get the coat on when you're inside that thing. Okay, here we are. All right. Well, hello and welcome to 221B Baker Street, where little Shirley and I are residing, and we do mysteries. So thank you so much for tuning in to visit us. Sandy Lock Holmes. Sandy Lock Holmes. Shirley, what is it, Shirley? What's up?
A telegram.
A telegram. Oh.
A telegram.
Oh my goodness. Shirley, read the telegram.
Okay, let's see. I can't see with that thing. Your presents. Presents, not Christmas presents.
Oh.
Your presence is urgently needed at Cotton Yard. Stop. Professor Zoe Artie has struck again.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Stop. Hurry. Stop. From Inspector Polymesh.
Oh, my goodness. Shirley,
What?
we've got to go. We have to go to Cotton Yard and help our favorite Inspector Polymesh. He is such a stabilizing force.
Absolutely.
Isn't he?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, let's find out what we have to do.
Let's go.
Okay.
On our way to Cotton Yard. Shirley, here we come. Oh my goodness, Shirley. Look at this cotton yard.
Wow.
Oh, look at
And
all the cotton.
it's beautiful. But what's with all the question marks? Hello. Oh
I
my
wonder
gosh.
if Soiardi, Professor Soiardi has something that he wants us to do. Oh, let's look for a clue.
How about one?
One. All right, let's see what one says.
Okay. Okay. Number one. I guess that's where you start. I don't know.
So we'll try it.
All right. Okay. Are you up to the task? How much fabric do I need to bind? I guess it's that one.
It must be this one.
This quilt from Professor Soiarti.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's have a look at this quilt, Miss Shirley.
So
Okay.
we're binding. We're
binding.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, and this is the Pink Animal Alphabet Quilt. And it says it's a kit with a pattern and fabrics. Okay, and it says that it is 34.5 by 54 inches. And it is
Yay.
using the Panel Magic quilt pattern. And currently it is
$59.99. Come down to the store and get it while we still have it. It's a cute quilt.
Thank you. Okay, so what number do we need to worry about then, Shirley?
The binding.
Okay, so for
So
binding.
all of it.
Okay, so for binding, we thought we'd take a chance and figure out for you how to bind this quilt. So it says it's 34 inches by 54. So that would mean it's 34 inches, 34.5 by 54 by 34.5 by 54. So you got the trusty calculator?
Yeah, I
All
think
right.
what we're going to do is add up all of those numbers.
Okay, so there's
Times
one
2.
side.
So-
Times 2. Okay, so
So
what's 34.5
4.5
times 2?
Times 2 is 69. Guess what? The calculator works.
Woohoo! 69. Okay.
And then
the other
54
side, 54 times 2.
gives us 108 inches. And
8.
then
So now, big calculation, 108 plus
Plus
69.
69, which gives us what, Sandy?
177. So 177. So what is this? This is 177. That's in inches, isn't
Yeah,
it?
now how
Okay.
on earth are we going to get from there
To-
to meters?
Okay. Well, and I usually do my bindings just a little bit different. Once I figure out what that perimeter or that length all the way around is,
Okay.
I take that number and I divide by the width of fabric.
So we
And
will do that.
normally I use 40 inches
Okay.
because by the time you take off the salvage and everything, so what does it tell us that we need?
So if we divide by 40,
Mm-hmm.
we get 4.42, something like that.
4.425.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so-
so that would mean the number of strips you're going to take off of a 42-inch wide fabric.
Okay, so and I'm going to say that we don't like to do little partials, so we're going to go to the nearest whole number. So are we looking at 5 strips? That would
sure.
be the least, right?
Yes, at least, right?
Okay.
For sure.
For sure. So now it comes to a question of how wide do we want our binding to be?
Well, I think on a cute little quilt like this, we could go with 2.5 inches.
Okay,
I
so
guess we should
let's see what 5 strips times 2.5 inches
multiply-
is.
What's 20.5?
Okay.
That is, so 5, times 2.5 gives us 12.
and a half
50.
inches.
So, yeah,
okay. So
so-
let's have a look at our big ruler here because our tape measure, because we don't actually cut in inches as much as all those patterns come in inches. Where would 12.5 inches be?
Well, let's flip this guy over.
Okay, so he'd be about
32, but we'd go up to,
To the-
0.35.
So we need 0.35 meters. Okay, perfect. 0.35 meters.
But what if we make a mistake, Sandy, and we cut too many and we cut them wrong? I think we
Ooh.
should go up to 0.4, don't you?
Yeah, we should go up to 0.4. We always like to have that extra one little strip because you never know when you cut one at 2 instead of 2.5 or one, yeah.
0.4.
0.4, sorry.
We don't need 4 meters.
No, we
Well,
need
one of
0.4.
these.
You imagine 4 meters.
Oh my gosh. Well, you could make another quilt.
All right.
Easily.
Okay, so this was our big calculations then for how many strips, how much fabric it would require, and just a little bit extra just in case. And that would bind this lovely little pink alphabet quilt.
Yes, and it's even got a unicorn on there. Look
Oh,
at
I know,
that.
special,
Yeah.
absolutely special. All right. Well, surely I think we can pat ourselves on the back for that one.
Okay, there we go.
Because I think we've defeated Professor Sowiardi because we know how to bind this quilt.
Well, that means we could bind any quilt, Sandy.
That's true, we can.
Yay.
We're so brilliant.
Oh, I will.
Aren't we brilliant? Brilliant. The brilliant sisters. Okay, she says not go there. Okay, all right, but hey, Shirley, there's another one behind the question mark. There's another one, number 2.
Number 2. What's this one going to say, do you
I
think?
don't know. I bet you it's from Professor Sowiardi and he's going to try and stump us.
Yeah, well, I mean, that typically happens here anyway, so.
That's true. Not too hard to do some days.
Ready for another problem?
I think so.
How much fabric do I need to back this quilt? Which quilt is this? Oh,
Oh,
that must be this one.
It must be this one.
Okie doke.
Okay, let's hit
Okay.
that little button over there that says blue on the bottom right there. Yeah, give it a good push.
Did I give it a good
No,
push?
you got to hold on to it and push. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so this is called Stargazer. And this one is Running Dough Quilts pattern. And this kit is put together in gorgeous colors by our sweet Dawn from the Kidding Room. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this Stargazer quilt goes for $119.99 plus tax. And it tells me, Shirley, that it's 62 by 76 inches.
Okay.
Is that important?
I would think so.
Really
How are
important?
we going to make the backing out of a 42-inch wide
Okay.
fabric?
All right, back to more math.
okay.
Oh my goodness, this
Backing.
this is really big math these days. Okay, so there's our quilt, 62 by 76. Okay, let's think about this for a moment. Okay, Shirley, so if we were to do it in cotton, just regular cotton.
Okay. Oh, and that's a gorgeous one.
This is a
but
beautiful
it's
one.
not going to match this very well.
No, it won't. Okay, let me pick a different one. Oh, this one.
We could just do a neutral.
We could do this nice
And,
neutral.
yeah, and this would be gorgeous with
I
a
think
neutral.
so.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell everybody what this lovely new fabric that we just
Okay.
got in is
Yes.
called?
Yeah, we've got a whole new line of fabric that we just got in called Paisley Place. Although, if you look at this, there's no paisley on it, but that's okay.
Yeah, it looks lovely. So that's a cotton fabric, and typically they are approximately 44 inches with the salvages on.
Sure.
So of
Yes.
course, when we're doing our backing, the salvages, we don't really count that into our count. So what I usually take off is a couple of inches. So,
For sure.
So let's estimate that this is about 42 inches.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
just measure and see just to make sure.
Alrighty. Okay, so we've got, let's minus the salvages here.
Yeah.
We've got, about 42.
Yeah.
44. Yeah.
44.
Yeah.
So our quilt backing is about 44 in width. So if you think about that in 44, it's not going to fit either of our dimensions on our quilt. So we're going to have to probably put this in as 2 pieces, aren't we?
Which way?
Now I'm thinking, because if you put 2 pieces together, you've got 42 inches and 44 inches. Did we decide?
Well,
it
yeah.
was about 44 inches.
Let's go 44. Yeah.
So that gives us about 88 inches in width this way.
Great.
So if we look at this, that would definitely cover off our longest measurement, which is the 76 inches, especially if they're like our long armor
Yeah.
and likes 12 extra inches.
And that gives us 12 extra inches.
And that's 88. So that would be just right for that width of the fabric. And because it's non-directional, it doesn't really matter which way
That's
it goes. We're good.
What does that mean?
So that means that we just need to have something that is 62 inches in length.
Yeah, but what does non-directional mean?
Oh, non-directional. That means I have no idea where I'm going. No, it means that there isn't a pattern on it. So
if you take a look at this.
Shirley's going to bring us a
Yes.
pattern.
So if you take a look at this one.
Okay, I'll put the camera on for
Yeah.
you. Okay.
It is.
Show it in the camera.
Okay. This is directional. So it's kind of hard to sometimes line everything up on the back of your quilt. So you may not want to be using a directional fabric on the back of your quilt, unless you're really good at it, I guess. So there we go. So
Okay.
we'll
So
use
we could use, I don't know, how about this beautiful paisley one? Is that one pretty well non-directional, Shirley? What do you think?
It's gorgeous. Yeah, and it would work really well, but not for this quilt.
Not for this quilt, but that's non-directional, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter which way we put it together, it would work. Okay, so we're going to pick a non-directional fabric, or if we picked a directional fabric, we've got to make sure that we cut the pieces and sew them going in the same direction, right?
That's right. Or
Okay.
and maybe you don't want them upside down on the back of your quilt.
Or I got to confess, I made a quilt at Christmas and one side went one way and one side went the other way, so it didn't it was, messed up. Anyways, so now we need 62 inches, but if we're taking that to our long armor, and she requests 12 more, so we need 74 inches.
That's right.
So just 74 inches, or what do we need? We need two.
Well,
Two 74s,
yeah, so you're going
right?
to have to multiply that by 2, of
Yeah,
course.
74 inches.
And we get 148 inches.
So 148 inches of fabric. All right. And of course, I usually,
Wide.
yeah, that's, so in order to get to meters, we kind of need to divide that out. So
Okay.
I kind of rounded a little bit because I know it's what, 39 point something to a, I usually go 40 inches.
40 inches.
So if I take the 148 inches and divide it by 40, that should tell us how many meters we need.
Okay, 3.7 meters.
3.7 meters. That might work.
Yeah.
Now, if you aren't, let's go back to the camera. So if you aren't going to the long armor, if you're doing it yourself, you may not have to add that extra 12 inches. You may, and other long armors request
Yes.
other ones, but 3.7 meters would be plenty.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that
All
would
right.
do. So what do you think? Did you think we solved Professor Zoe Artie's problems?
Who knows? I mean, let's hope so.
Let's
I
hope
think
so.
we did. I think we might have solved a few people's problems.
I think so. I think that's kind of fun.
Sure.
Not only do we show you what that does, sometimes we do that for you when you come into the store, especially if you don't know your quilt size. The first thing you want to do is to measure it and see how wide and how long it is, and then that gives us the idea of how much backing and binding that we actually need to put a quilt top finish it. So that's really cool. Anyways, I think we did absolutely marvelous.
Well, and the thing is, even if you weren't good at math in school, when you start to sew, you're going to get good at math. Believe me.
Yes, you are. Yes, and we have to be very, very careful about how we cut. I can tell you how many times we've cut 2.5 inch strips, 2 inches.
Really?
Yes, that sometimes
well,
happens.
then you'd have a smaller,
very small binding.
a smaller binding. It could work.
Well, and it can. You can do bindings anywhere from 1.75 inches up to 3 inches. Some people like to have a big full turn. Other people like it nice and tight, filled with the actual quilt edge.
Right.
So
Well, and
it's
the
always
reason
important.
Sure, and the reason that we allow a little bit extra for the binding is because you have to miter the corners, and that's a very important little trick and tip too. So you have to allow extra fabric for that, and also to join it at the end. So
Oh yes, we forgot to tell you. Yeah, sometimes you lose a little bit of that fabric when you're putting your binding strips together, because you've got to lay one out and you lay the other one and do a diagonal seam, and diagonal seam is much stronger than the straight across one. So we do them diagonal, so when they open all up, the tension on that seam isn't as great. So, and it works really smoothly.
plus it looks better.
It does. It looks lovely.
And it looks more professional.
I like it.
And we like that when we are finishing our quilts, to be more professional.
Yes, we like it to look very professional. Right. So that's kind of why I take it to the long armor.
Yeah.
So, there we go. Yeah, so let's put a plug in for dear Barb, who does absolutely beautiful quilts. Yep. And of course, I really like the kits that Dawn does, so it works out well. But I've got to tell you that if I was coming to the store, I'd certainly hunt out Fern to help pick out fabrics, because her sense of taste is really nice. And I know that when we try to help people, we do something special, don't we? What's that? We don't boss.
No.
Right?
Oh, no. No, we want everybody to be totally happy with the outcome of their quilt, and we do our best.
Yeah, I think that's right. And not just one option, I'm sure you do it as well. Pick out 2 or 3 different options, because sometimes they like things that are bright, sometimes they like things that are muted, sometimes they like things that have, I like stripe binding on the edge of a quilt. So, you know, it just depends, but it's really kind of fun.
And sometimes if you don't have your quilt made yet, it's really hard to choose a backing, because I know some of our customers have chosen a backing, and then when they've got the quilt top done, it doesn't look quite right. So they'll come in and choose another backing. So you might, unless you live like, I don't know, up in Fort McMurray, you might want to wait on choosing your backing.
That's a very good idea. Also, too, when people start doing a quilt, you can't imagine how many times it grows.
What do you mean?
They add another add another border.
That's right.
And then they say, okay, I want to make it even bigger. And so if they've picked their backing, then it may not fit, and then we may not have the same fabric again to increase it. So keeping the backing till the end is probably a really good idea.
And same goes with a binding.
Yep.
If you're going to thinking you're making your quilt bigger once, you know, it might be good to wait on that. And sometimes the back, once you've got your top done, it dictates what kind of binding you want, because you might change your mind.
Yeah, you might want a solid, you might want a print, you might want to change it to blue or green. Yeah. I had a lady who just bought a quilt kit from us, and she made it bigger so that the binding in the quilt kit wasn't enough. So we had to go and get the fabric and cut her extra to make the binding. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes we change our minds, and you know what? That's okay.
And that's good.
We've got lots of fabric at
the Cotton Yard.
Cotton Yard.
Yay! And look at this beautiful line of fabric.
Yes, brand new. Just came out.
Yes.
Anyways, thank you so much, Shirley.
All right.
We did well, and I'm quite sure that Professor Soiardi will be happy, and I know that Inspector Polymesh will be just thrilled
for the next episode of When the Game is Afoot.
That's true. Excellent. Thank you, Shirley.
Hi, people out in TV land.
TV land, yeah, that's right. All right, thanks, Shirley. I'm going to turn it over to Sandy now, because she's going to close out with a few things.
Awesome.
Thanks, Shirley. We'll see you next time. Well, hello, everybody. I sure hope you enjoyed Shirley and Sandy Log Homes in the Mystery of Cotton Yard. So there they were, telling you how we do bindings and backings and have so much fun at the store picking fabric and making sure that's done. So I just wanted to say, don't forget this week on Friday, if you haven't signed up, do it today so you can get your USB stick in for the Kimberbell a la cartes. They go on Friday, and we'll be getting ready for that. Now, special treat. Okay, so we're down a few staff members at the store, so we're minus a few of our Facebook stars. Some of them are not able to come out. So this week you're going to get a repeat performance from Barb on Thursday, and Sandy, woohoo, we'll be here for Freaky Friday. So if you get a chance, I hope that you can tune in on Friday for Freaky Friday. I'm taking a little note from Maui Jim. Maui Jim said or Nick, sorry, Neil was the one that said to us, we should do 22 jokes. Okay, so this is special. This is for Neil. On Friday, it's going to be the Unicorn Delivery Service delivering 22 jokes for 2022. So I hope that you're able to tune in on Friday for that Freaky Friday and have some fun with me as I tell a few jokes. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and listening to us prattle on about doing bindings and backings and getting your quilt all beautiful. Anyways, thank you so much, and have a wonderful 2 days. I guess the rest of today and tomorrow and part of Friday. Anyways, I shall see you on Friday at 4:15. Thanks. Freaky Friday. Don't miss it. Bye.